Catch up on previous parts by clicking the playlist linked in the description. The following day, Felix informed Claude that there'd been a drastic increase in the farmers' requests for wizards. Monsters appear every year around harvest time, and many people have been injured at times. But the wizards they had stationed in every region have always had sound anti-monster measures. However, this year was different. Felix believed the sudden increase in monsters was likely due to someone behind it. Claude then asked him to summon wizards and put a support plan together. Meanwhile, Athy couldn't believe Lucas used magic to create the gold coins they used yesterday. He boasted that something like that was easy with a snap of his fingers. She was furious at him for tricking people like that, and she feared they'd be put in prison. He decided they could just go give them the real thing. Since Athanasia was a princess, she must have money. However, she never bought things for herself, so she actually didn't have money on hand. Her jewels had the imperial seal on them, and if she sold them, people would know she snuck out. Felix would bring some sweets for the princess, explaining that her father was sad about not being able to join her. He told her about the monster situation, which was why Claude was gathering wizards. But if the princess ever found herself in a bind, Felix said she was free to come to him. She would then ask him for a favor. Afterwards, she went back to all the vendors in town, paying them with real money and apologizing for using ones made with magic. When she was done, all the money was gone. Lucas was angry at her for dragging him into such a tedious mess, but she told the great wizard to use the money he had earned next time. He shot back, reminding her that she used to borrow money and calling her a pauper. Since it was Felix, he felt it wouldn't matter if she didn't pay back. She then stormed out furiously, trying to figure out how she could pay him back. Thinking of how to earn some money, the princess told Felix she'd like to participate in this year's harvest as a wizard. Not only could she earn money this way, but she'd also be helping her papa. She was worried her father wouldn't let her, but Felix thought otherwise, saying he'd be overjoyed to support her. Athanasia would meet Claude, making her request, but he argued that acting as support wasn't easy. She told him that using her powers for him and for their people was only natural as a princess. Felix supported her, explained to Claude that this was a perfect chance for the princess to demonstrate her love for the people. Claude agreed on the condition that he would pick where she goes, and she'd have to obey Felix. He then decided to send her to the district of Og, where her mother was from. She was required to send a report every day. At night, while packing her things, she used magic to fit all her items into a small purse. Starting tomorrow, she wouldn't be hearing Lucas's scoldings anymore, but she was surprised when he said he was leaving tonight. He told her that he needed to take care of a thorny problem, recalling his encounter with black magic in town. He couldn't tell her where he was going, or when he'd return either. However, he warned Athy not to get involved with Jeanette while he was gone. Athy was worried about him because she saw him as a friend, and it made her angrier because he never told her anything. He recalled his teacher's words in the past. His teacher really pitied him. He then transformed into his adult form and flew away. The next day, the princess and Felix arrived at Og and were welcomed by Count Carrie Harris. Upon seeing Athy, the Count couldn't take her seriously and assumed she wouldn't be able to endure the dangers. Suddenly, the farmers began running in fear as monsters appeared. The wizards tried to hold the beasts back with the barrier, but they'd break through. Athy would rush to the front lines, protecting a wizard who was about to be attacked. She chanted a spell, defeating all the monsters in a flash. The townspeople celebrated at night as they all gathered around a campfire. Thanks to the princess's help, they had high hopes for this year's harvest. Now, they could rest easy and prepare for the festival. That night, Athy finally got her payment and could pay back the money she borrowed from Felix. She was very happy to have worked and earned it for herself. Count Harris would thank the princess and apologize for his rudeness earlier. He wasn't aware of her magical strength, but now she had his love and respect. Hearing how happy she was to be of use to everyone, the Count told her she was just like her mother. Apparently, he knew Athanasia's mother very well. Once, due to the evil Emperor Anastasius's black magic, the land's vitality was snatched away, and they couldn't grow any crops. They were stricken with the greatest famine in their history. At that time, Claude, who was still a prince, brought provisions for them. It was here that he met Empress Diana. Count Harris could still remember clearly how she danced during the harvest festival and how Claude stood in his younger days. Not only did Emperor Claude bring provisions, but he fought valiantly against the monsters and protected the Empress. Empress Diana also saved many lives, but as black magic persisted, famine and plagues continued to spread. To save the empire, Claude defeated the evil Anastasius, and so the Obelia Empire was freed from black magic, and everything regained a breath of vitality. Claude became emperor and took Diana as his consort. Together, they brought light to the Obelia Empire. Now, 16 years later, the princess was protecting Og. Harris was sure her parents would be very proud of her. Unbeknownst to them, Anastasia snuck into Athi's room and placed a curse on the ribbon her father gifted her. Meanwhile, in a dead forest, Lucas located the source of the black magic at a grave. Ooh, what's going to happen? Subscribe to keep up with next week's park. But for now, watch this next video. It's me, ComfyTea. I'll see you all in the next one.